Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor and I'm starving. I need to run to the grocery store and to get something, and I'm starving. But we're going to do this video first. Reminder, link to AI conference. It's happening on February 18th in San Jose, California at the Link2 headquarters. Tim Draper will be there. I'll be there. Brad Combs will be there. Several CEOs and founders, as well as the executives from Link2, are going to be there. The link to this is in the top of the description. You got to go check it out. Look forward to seeing you there. Speaking of Link2, my sponsor, look at this from Eleanor Terra. New, the first crypto wallet to list on a major U.S. exchange, Exodus, rang the opening bell at the NICE this morning, New York Stock Exchange. Folks, we haven't seen a lot of crypto IPOs. All we've seen is I believe, is a few mining companies, thanks to Hinman and Clayton. And then we saw Coinbase. And then we saw Backed, and I think that's about it. Crypto IPOs are coming, I believe. Okay, the markets have been pulling back. It was off of the economic news yesterday. Any pullback that happens because of anything that's not specific to XRP, for me, I ignore, and I either ignore what's going on in the markets for that day, or I buy if I've got money to buy at the time. That's how I roll. Just a little reminder, one more thing on that picture. I had people, the second this picture came out, I had people calling me off the hook, like my friends here locally, because they've been hearing me talk about this all these years, but the only thing they ever really knew was, oh, you're into Bitcoin. I said, nah, not exactly. Maybe, kind of, sort of. But, so I said, I have many friends who laughed at me about XRP for years. They aren't laughing now. No, they're not. They're asking me how they can buy it. But I tell them, I'm not a financial advisor, but you should listen to guys like this.
That was like just a little taste. There's so much pent-up demand, right? And if you think about like the $200 trillion of assets in this world that are behind what I'll call like the institutional gateway. So when you talk to like family offices, which have huge flexibility, 100% are in some way in cryptocurrency. But any of these other institutional funds, they can't touch this stuff unless it's an ETF or some other kind of regulatory blessed activity. So yeah, I think that was just a taste of what is coming.
But in terms of that flow,
that was like just a little taste. There's so much pent-up demand.
Now, 200 trillion, just to put that in perspective, the market today has 3.32 trillion in it, okay? And then there's this one. This guy's apparent. I don't know exactly who this guy is. An analyst put it as, listen to this.
Is the one of most recent post, which I commented on your LinkedIn, which is this payment systems that you had a session with Ripple. Tell me about it. I mean, like, Paul Zello, Ripple. I was like, how did these two come together?
It's a really good question. And all this blockchain stuff and all of it, I don't get it. I'll be the first to admit it. But I'm trying to understand. My 32-year-old son, who's a bit more savvy to all of this stuff, he put his hard-earned dollars in buying some shares in Ripple. And he doesn't part with his money easily. In fact, he'd rather buy these shares and pay the money he owes back mum and dad, which I wasn't really impressed about. But that's another story. But that sort of made me stand up and take a little bit of notice.
Right.
And again, I'm not an expert on it, but I understand. They approached us some time ago. But at the time, they were battling some legal battle in the US.
Yes.
And our position to them was, look, come back to us once that's sorted out, because you only get one chance at a first impression. And if this court case doesn't go well for you, it wasn't good. So anyway, they got a good result in the US court case. And they approached us again. And look, we're going to have a bit more of a look at it. I'm not going to claim to be an expert on it, but we may look to promote their product. And again, it'll be buyer beware. We'll say to our members, look, here's this new technology. From what I can understand, it can generate real-time transfer of payments. Yes. And they seem to have a lot of checks and balances in place. At the briefing that I was at, where I did that post, there was a lot of representatives from the major banks that were very interested in it. So it is a real thing.
That's right.
But how that translates to meaningful solutions for our members, we'll only understand that in a bit more time.
Is the one
that
most
was an interesting clip. Now, I love AI. I'm putting my shoes on while I'm talking. I love AI and some of these, how you can generate these AI photos on Grock. And I just thought this one needed to be done against the backdrop of Brad Garlinghouse and Stuart Alvarado eating at Mar-a-Lago with Trump. Meanwhile, at Gary's house, I asked it to put him in a wife beater. How funny is that? With a ship, I said the ship needs to be burning in the background for Gary. And then this one was going around today, was hilarious, from Crypto Meme Guy of Joseph Luben holding his elbow and Vitalik Buterin picking their nose. He says Mar-a-Lago security camera footage of Joe Luben and Vitalik Buterin waiting for a photo op with Donald Trump who didn't show up. And then I did one more AI photo, which I think needed to be done, because Caitlyn Long's been talking a lot about Operation Choke Point 2.0. Says she's reposting this quote about how dangerous Operation Choke Point 2.0 or 1.0 was, which takes on a new meaning today after the FDIC revealed yesterday that the FDIC is targeting at least 5 critics of debanking to censor us. And so I put this picture out. This is meanwhile at Senator Warren's office. She's shredding her Operation Choke Point 2.0 documents. How great is that? Milky Bull Cryptos retweets this. Ripple president says spot ETF is likely to be next in line after Bitcoin and Ether. XRP to $3 to $7. Next level is already showing on the chart. Then we had this from Bitstamp. New on Bitstamp, we've just listed Ripple USD on Ethereum network, designed to hold a 1-to-1 value with the US dollar. Real USD is backed by cash and cash equivalents, ready to trade. I think a lot of people are ready to trade. Then there was this. Now, I don't do the bear stuff much, but I did think that this was interesting because I don't think I've ever seen Trump in a purple tie, but he decided to put one on today. And this is from the recent BG123 drawing that was put out with the purple path to the castle. Thought that was interesting. Forgot to show you this in the last video. This guy's an ex-Ripple employee. Listen to this.
We're excited to, obviously thrilled to support XRP as it's the first time that XRP will have staking yield, which is really cool.
You know, what are you guys thinking the potential yield or returns might be as far as percentage wise? And what's going to be too early to answer this?
It's a bit too early, but I'll say anything non-zero is an additive to what XRP holders are earning currently, which is zero. I've been an XRP holder, big holder for a long time. I'm sort of building this for myself because I have XRP and I want that, and I hold. I'm a long-term holder, and sometimes hard, but I hold. So I want my XRP to work for me effectively, right? We're excited.
All right, and then there's this clip from.
Well as,
hold on, let me see if I can blow it up.
As well as some exotic kind of exciting chains, including Doge and XRP, which we're really, really excited about. I'm particularly excited about XRP. I was at Ripple for 5 years and worked on the XRP ledger natively with the core developers there and helped build out a lot of their enterprise infrastructure. I'm also excited about joining the Doge community. I've been a big Doge holder for a long time. Went to a lot of the early Doge meetups with Jackson Palmer here in San Francisco, which is where I'm based. So as we add these new communities, I'm extremely excited because I feel like it's like we get to expand to include new people to join the party. And, in this sense, we're really kind of radically on the chain. We think it's part of some of our design principles. We've published 7 design principles, on the site, and one of them is to be protocol agnostic, and that really means chain agnostic. And that's hard to do when everyone is has their own religion with regard to different chains. But we want to maintain neutrality when it comes to these protocols and these chains, integrate as lightly as possible, and then just have fun with the community and hopefully bring value to them. So a lot of the progress that we've made has been on the technical side. We have behind the scenes been doing a lot on the business development and the partnership side. We've kept that a little bit under wraps. 2025 is really about coming out and talking more about that. We did start announcing the the validators that are committed to supporting XOCore on testnet. I think there's roughly about 40 to 50 validators that have committed that are live on testnet. We shipped V7 recently in testnet, so we're achieving stable testnet, which we think is a milestone prior to launching mainnet. And so we feel like the testnet has become stable enough that we can starting to look at a countdown toward mainnet, which we will be sharing with all of you, obviously, and making sure that everyone is present and knows that mainnet is coming. We think
Okay, now in DAIXRP.com, we're going to talk about the, we're going to show what, in this pullback, what some of the chart people are talking about. And I don't, to be honest, there's one other tweet I was going to cover, but I don't really remember what it was off the top of my head. I can tell you this, just for a point of interest. There's a lot of gnashing of teeth. I'm already seeing it online. A lot of these people that tried to float the idea that, oh, that reserve currency talk about XRP, that's an old narrative. They're having a rough time today. So let's pray for them. They're having a tough time coming to terms with the fact that we just might have been right all along. That Ripple and the employees and Brad Garlinghouse may have actually been telling you their true intentions all that time, and the supposed old narrative never went away. It just went quiet for a little while. I'm the digital asset investor.
Exciting chains.
Sorry.
Including Doge and XRP.
I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not
really excited about.
Come on now.
XRP. I was at Ripple for 5 years and worked on the XRP ledger natively.
Let me hit the refresh here. Hold on. There. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family that away we go.